Hey everyone, it's Bennett Forrest, your fantasy football commissioner, here with the Week 2 weekly recap for the ForrestLand MishMash Fantasy Football League. So we had a really low scoring Week 1, and as you can see by the scores, other than the pathetic Slim Aussies getting double digits 2 weeks in a row, we had some really consistent scoring. No one really blew up. As you can see, only two hit the 150 mark, but I'm sure everyone's got to be at least somewhat happy with their productivity this week and some good scores. And we had two games that came down to the Sunday night game. So let's take a look at those. We had the closest score of the week, Show Me Your TDs versus the Travelers. And as you can see, Show Me Your TDs held off the Travelers 143-141, highlighting the 14 points from Matt Bryant, which anytime you can get 10 or more points from a kicker, that's pretty good. Couldn't quite overcome the 12 points from Tevin Coleman. So Tevin did just enough, if I remember correctly, had a short touchdown run. I believe, where was that? Yes, in the second quarter. So that pretty much, that 3-yard TD pass from Tevin, or to Tevin, pretty much won it for the Travelers. Or excuse me, for Show Me Your TDs. So Show Me Your TDs is 1-1, as are the Travelers. As you can see, not too many really high scoring, but individual players, but very consistent all the way around, including a nice little debut from Jay Cutler, and just not quite enough for the Travelers to get the win. The other game that came down to Sunday night was the Riot and the Colon Cleansers, where the Riot squeaked it out by the Colon Cleansers squeaked it out by 4 points. They're both 1-1. The Riot got 20 points from Aaron Rodgers, but thanks to the Atlanta defense, who, of course, as a Falcons fan, I'm thrilled that they played well. Obviously, it's not going to exercise the demons of the Super Bowl quite yet, but just the fact that they sort of played well convincingly against a good team shows me that it's anybody's game this year, and at least they're going to play well and not. They look like a really good team. So that obviously, that real life positive for me is did not help the Riot, and they only get 20 points from Rodgers, 15 from Matt Ryan, plus C.J. Anderson's big day for Denver, and other consistent scores throughout the team. So the Colon Cleansers get their first win of the year, 146-142. Other games, we had a pretty good close game here with Ray teams. I don't think this one came down to Monday night. Let me just check. Yeah, Detroit's Matt Stafford got about 14 points. He needed, third and long needed a lot more from Stafford on Monday night to get over the hump. Not quite enough to do that. Of course, Jordan Howard getting hurt. We're going to talk about injuries in a minute. Didn't help. Kareem Hunt had his second good week in a row, so that was positive there. But third and long couldn't quite capture the magic of week 1, and they fall 138-124. Two other games, we had the husband-wife duo, the other 2-0 team, the Stallions, who, to be honest with you, I did not think they had a great team coming into the year, but they're 2-0, scoring a lot of points. Obviously, Carson Wentz is huge, having a good sophomore year so far. It's really with Andrew Luck being out, I was not confident in the Stallions' quarterback play, but they do get good points from Carson Wentz and a little bit from Tyrod Taylor, plus a bunch of points in the Sunday night game with Devontae Freeman and Ty Montgomery. So really good game for Stallions. Graceland just not getting it done. Obviously, these two guys, Bilal Powell and Kenny Galladay, didn't do anything. That doesn't help. Kenny Galladay had a big day week 1, 4 catches, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and back down to earth with 1 catch for 8 yards. Not going to get it done, and Graceland falls to 0-2. So there is a little bit of company for the Slim Aussies, who are also 0-2. And my team just not doing anything. My quarterbacks have been fine. Obviously, week 1, Jameis Winston didn't play, so I had Scott Tolzien. But this week, Jameis did okay. But as you can see, this big swath in the middle. Brandon Marshall's been terrible for the Giants. I think that's mostly the offensive line and Eli. He did have one drop, but I don't think that would have made a big difference. DeMarco Murray and Brandon Cooks have been hugely disappointing. Cooks has done nothing for the Patriots. I thought he'd be a big, deep threat, and then DeMarco Murray just not doing much. Of course, he gets hurt, and then Henry comes in and I think got 100 yards for Tennessee, so that's not looking good. Le'Veon Bell was serviceable. He'll be fine, but just not enough points, obviously, to even break 3 digits. The cartel, Todd Gurley is going to be amazing. He's going to have a bounce-back year, which is one of the reasons why I thought the cartel had a good team. Sort of ironic that Ezekiel Elliott has played both games, but really hasn't done anything, especially the other game just having 5 points. And then who knows if his lack of effort at the end of the game is going to affect the team down the stretch or his performance. So it's a little bit ironic that that he played but yet just didn't get any points. But wasn't needed. Got 150 points for the cartel. Very nice showing there, 1-1. So again, very early in the season. We do have a couple 2-0 teams. As I wait for that to load up. And, of course, as the season goes on, the injuries are really going to play a big factor. So you can see, as you see, Ray Finkel and Somerset Stallion 2-0. If you look at the points, let's look at the point totals. Obviously, Slim Ozzy's barely cracking 100 both weeks, or I don't think either week. Well, definitely bringing up the rear in terms of points. You have Graceland not getting too many points either. So far the points have pretty much dictated standings. Again, only 2 weeks. There have been some injuries, so this is where, again, it gets really fun. We have Greg Olsen out for 6 weeks. He's one of the best tight ends in the league. Come on, Internet. Don't freeze up on me now. And then as we scroll down, so I think it's just good to look at. Obviously, individual offensive guards, defensive players aren't going to really affect fantasy. We have to go all the way down to Jordy Nelson, who had a quad injury. I don't think he played the rest of the game. As you can see here, it is the same leg that he had ACL surgery, so we'll have to see what his status is. Corey Coleman, one of my deep guys on my bench, got a season-ending injury, so he's done for the year. And then, of course, you have Rob Kelly out. So I think someone in the group picked up his backup. And Jimmy Graham, of course, he's not doing much because he's blocking, given the Seattle lack of pass protection. So they got Jimmy Graham in there. So he's not really a fantasy factor anyway. But he also hurt himself, so he could be out. And then Jordan Howard obviously got hurt, didn't get any fantasy points. Gronkowski continues to be hurt, as he seems to be every year. And as we go down, you see all the other people that got hurt. So, as always, injuries are going to play a huge part of what's going to take place this season. As always, get your lineups in, get your fantasy dues to me as soon as possible, and have a great Week 3 in the NFL. And for my Jewish friends and for everyone out there, Lashana Tova to you. Happy New Year. Rosh Hashanah is tomorrow, so enjoy it. And everyone, regardless of religion, of course, can have a Happy New Year. So enjoy and have a good luck in Week 3. Thanks for listening, guys.